everyone, it's John from What Up, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk just a bit about a WotSeries.com article that came out yesterday. It talks about the filming in Morocco and 4 potential new cast members that may be joining for Season 2. So we're going to cover all of that in today's video. Now, if you're new to the channel and you don't know what we do here, we cover Wheel of Time show news, so anything and everything about the production that's currently filming in Morocco right now, that's what we're going to talk about. So leaks, official news, castings, set pictures, videos, all of that. We have everything and anything you could want for your Wheel of Time show news, and we cover some regular Wheel of Time content as well. So if you like that sort of thing, make sure you subscribe to the channel and click that notification bell. Now, because we are going to be talking about potential cast members that don't have roles yet, or at least not roles that are announced, I'm going to be doing some speculation how they fit into Season 2. So I do have to give a spoiler warning. Spoiler warning, in this video, because of my speculation, I am going to be ruining parts of the first 2 books of Robert Jordan's Wheel of Time series. So if you haven't read The Eye of the World and The Great Hunt, be forewarned, I'm probably going to ruin minor plot points and character arcs from both of those novels. Alright, all of that being said, let's get on to our video. Alright, so we're talking just a bit about a WotSeries.com article, and I've linked that article down below in the description box if you folks want to give it a read. In fact, I recommend you give it a read when you're done the video. And if you haven't already bookmarked their page and are not checking back every day, do that too. Now, not only are the people over at WotSeries.com friends of mine, but they're also really, really good at what they do. They have a lot of internal sources. Everything they come out with has been accurate so far. They haven't been wrong about anything. And even their speculation is usually 99% spot on. So they are a fantastic resource and a major part of the Wheel of Time community. So make sure you're following them as well. All right, so in the article, they talk a little bit about the filming in Morocco, in Ouarzazate, and a few other places. I'm going to hold that till the end of the video, however, because I've covered some of it already in a previous news video, and I just want to augment a couple of things they said into it and give my speculation on that. But we'll do that near the end. What I want to talk about first are the 4 potential cast members. Now, I do say potential because this is not official from Amazon just yet, so you have to take it with a little bit of a grain of salt, but again, like I said earlier, WotSeries.com track record is pretty good. Now, the first actress we're going to talk about is Raga Ragnarz. Now, she is an Icelandic actress who started acting in 2015, and she's probably best known for her role in Vikings. She's very, very, very iconic role in Vikings, and she's really, really good actress, like just fantastic. I went back and I rewatched a bunch of those episodes. I have watched Vikings before, but I had to go back and watch the episodes with her just to make sure that I knew who I was talking about here, and she popped out immediately. And I was like, yep, I 100% remember her. Now, something interesting about Raga that you don't know is that she's not only an actress, but she's a writer and an Olympic swimmer. She's a 2-time Olympic attendee in 2004 and 2008, and she's an Icelandic champion and record holder for swimming. So she is very, very talented. Now, we're going to talk just a bit about her role. She's been spotted in Ouarzazate, so chances are she's probably filming scenes there, which is Falmey. Now, Falmey, we can't really say sure what they're going to be doing for Falmey for the show, because of course Season 1 changed a whole lot of aspects about the Eye of the World in the book when translating to screen, although they seem to be following the same general course. But we do know from the WotSeries.com article and from social media, a lot of the cast has been there, including Yosha Stradowski, who plays Rand. Matt and Perrin have both been there. Gawyn has been there. There's been a bunch of people, including this speculated Lanfear character. All kinds of people have been there. So if Raga is there, there's a possibility she's playing one of the main characters or one of the bigger characters that's there. Because of her role in Vikings and because of all of her acting experience and how popular she is right now, I'm going to guess she's probably not playing a minor role, and she's probably been picked up for something fairly big because her social media has recently stated that her next project is a big one. It doesn't state for how long she's going to be doing it or what's going on with it, but I'm going to guess she's probably more of a main character than a side character. So she's probably not a featured extra. She's probably not going to be in the background in an inn or on the street. She's probably going to have a speaking role and be a recurring character. Again, speculation on my part. Who do I think she is? Now, there's been a whole lot of speculation online of which character she could play, but I like her for 2 separate roles. The first role is going to be Birgitte. Of course, she is a picture-perfect Birgitte in my mind. I think she'd play that role very well of the gruff talking archer. But the second role I think she might play really well is Sulin. Now, we know there's going to be Aiel in Season 2. We know there's going to be a ton of Aiel in Season 2. Rafe Judkins has already mentioned that, far more than we really expect. And we've already speculated the fact that they may be filming parts of the Aiel Waste in Morocco, but we're not 100% sure on what they're doing there. So we think we're going to see some Aiel and have them introduced long before they actually show up in the books. So if she is an Aiel, I think Sulin is a good bet. But I really do like her for Birgitte, and it would be a really good chance if Barney blows the horn, showcase some of the heroes of the horn and introduce her a bit early and perhaps keep her around in some dream sequences and stuff later on. That's my thoughts on that anyway. So let me know in the comments down below what you folks think. Who do you think Raga's going to play? Is she going to be Sulin? Is she going to be Birgitte? Or is it going to be something completely different? I know some people have pegged her for Aviendha. I think another one of the actresses that's been announced is going to be Aviendha, and we'll talk about that in just a second, though. All right, so now we're going to talk about another actress in the WotSeries.com article, Aviendha Smart, and I probably pronounced that wrong. If I did, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll correct it for the next video. She's an Irish actress that's been acting since 2017, and you probably know her best from her roles in Killing Eve and Smother. Now, she recently completed a project called Cocaine Bear that wrapped in October of 2021. Afterwards, she announced that she's joining another big series as a series regular. So, she's been spotted in Orz's Age. She's been interacting with, we believe, some of the cast and crew. So chances are she's probably in the Wheel of Time. That's what causes speculation from WotSeries.com. So who is she playing? That's the big question. Well, if she's a serious regular, we know she's probably not a featured extra. She's probably not in the background, kind of like Raga. She's going to be someone who has a speaking role that's on screen. Now, series regular has a very broad spectrum. So it could be anything from someone who shows up for a couple of different episodes here and there in a season, has a small role in those episodes and doesn't come back again. Or it could be somebody that shows up a couple of seasons, skips a few seasons, comes back for a couple more seasons. It could be somebody that is integral to the rest of the show for the rest of the time they're airing. We really have no idea what she meant by series regular. However, I do like her for a very specific role, and that's Aviendha. I think she would make a fantastic Aviendha. Now, I know a lot of people are really set on a couple of other people for Aviendha right now, including Saleh, which we announced last year sometime. I imagine it's been quite some time since we talked about her involvement in the show. But at the time, I did let you folks know that she has about one speaking line. She's not really a huge part of the show. So the chances that she's Aviendha is pretty slim. I do like Aviendha for Aviendha 100%. Let me know in the comments down below what you folks think. Do you think that she's Aviendha? Because I know that Aviendha is going to be introduced in season 2. Rafe Judkins has already mentioned that fact that she's going to show up, and he's very excited for her to show up. And we do know that the Aiel are showing up earlier than expected than in the books, and maybe, just maybe, in a little bit of a different way. So I'm kind of hoping that they do film some scenes in Morocco that showcases the Aiel in the Waste by themselves. We get to see some of their society. We get to follow one of them, maybe even Aviendha, Sulin, a couple of the other Aiel there, and we get to see their day-to-day life before they integrate with the other characters in the show. That's what I would really like to see. Now, I have no idea what they're going to do, but I think that would be a smart way to introduce a brand new entire culture to the viewers that is very integral to the rest of the show. All right, now we have 2 more cast members to get through here. All right, so now we have Jay Duffy. He's an Irish actor that's been acting since 2010, and has a small role in Magicians, a small role in Vikings, although he's probably best known for his recurring role in Hollyoaks. Now, one of the things about Jay is he recently had an interview where he said that he's poised to make it big in Hollywood because he landed a role on the biggest streaming show in the world. Now, that could mean a bunch of different things. However, according to Nielsen ratings last year, Wheel of Time was #1 for quite some time. So my guess is he's talking about Wheel of Time. Now, there's also been some interaction on social media between different things that kind of give some suspicions as to why maybe perhaps Jay is part of the show. But again, take this with a grain of salt. We don't really know. Now, of course, who do we think Jay is playing? He could be playing any number of different roles, from small to big. But I do like him for the role of Gawyn. Now, a lot of you are watching the video already know that Gawyn is one of my favorite characters in Wheel of Time. Actually, he's probably my favorite character. Definitely my top 3, for a bunch of different reasons. And I had to do an entire half-hour video explaining why. Because most people don't get it, and I understand that, and it's absolutely okay to not like certain characters, but he's one of my favorite characters in the series. In fact, I have a Gawyn tattoo. You can see it there. So it's kind of neat that a potential Gawyn has cropped up finally. I think Jay Duffy would be absolutely amazing in the role. I went back and watched some stuff. I was not familiar with the actor before I heard the casting from WotSeries.com. I had to go research him a little bit, but I think he would make a fantastic Gawyn. And we do know for sure that Gawyn and Glad are both being introduced in season 2. We just don't know when or how. I assume it's during the tower scenes with Gawyn and Nynaeve and Elaine. And I think Matt Cawthon's also going to be there because he's back around Tower of Lon at the end of season 1. So I'm kind of hoping we get the iconic quarterstaff scene in the water yard between Gawyn, Glad, and Matt. Now, what do you folks think? Do you think Jay Duffy is a good Gawyn? I certainly think so. And if he is, maybe, just maybe, I'll get to interview him one day. That'd be absolutely awesome. Anyway, so that's the third out of the four actors. Now we're going to talk just a bit about one more, and then we'll get into the filming in Morocco. All right, so the last actress we're going to talk about today is Xelia Mendes Jones. She's relatively new to the acting game. In fact, she only has 2 credits to her name, so it's really hard to speculate on what, if any, part of the show she's going to be. Now, WotSeries.com was very careful to mention that they were not 100% sure in any of these cast members, so like I said earlier, just remember, take this with a grain of salt. However, they do have evidence that she is possibly involved in the show in some way, shape, or form. So, as she's an actress and a relatively new actress, chances are she probably has either a small role or maybe not. We really don't know. We can't use the fact that they don't have much experience as a basis for which role they're going to take, because a lot of the main cast were relative unknowns before they were cast in their roles. Really good actors and actresses, well trained, good at their craft, but relative unknowns. Now, something that KVH Casting, Sony and Amazon have done really well is the casting for every single character for the show. The chemistry they have together, the way they portray their characters on screen, the way they talk, the way they move, they're all really, really good at their craft. They're all really good actors and actresses. So, chances are Xelia is playing a role, but we don't know. We can't speculate on whether it be small or big. Now, I do really like her for, and I apologize, I'm probably going to butcher the pronunciation of this. I always do. Alviren. She is a major, major part of the books after the second book and going forward. So we definitely should see Elida and Alviren introduced during season 2, at least if they follow some of the plot lines, and they're very big plot lines in the books. I doubt they'll cut these ones. So we're going to need to see them introduced at some point or another, and it's going to have to be someone who can dedicate a number of years to the show. And that's much easier for relatively new actors and actresses because they can sign on for a number of years because they don't have a whole lot of other offers coming in. So if Xelia is part of the show and is acting on the show, I do like her as Alviren. But let me know in the comments down below what you folks think. Do you think she's going to be Alviren Sedai? Do you think she'll be someone completely different? I've had a few people mention that she looks like a good Min. Kay Alexander's already cast as Min, so we definitely know she's not playing that role. But let me know your thoughts on who she could possibly be down below. All right, so that's all the cast in the WotSeries.com article. I want to talk just a little bit about the filming in Morocco. We do know that they're filming in Morocco. However, the WotSeries.com article has mentioned that the borders were closed for a number of months prior to February of this year in Morocco. So there may have been plans to film earlier than February of this year. And we have seen directors from other episodes, not just episodes 7 and 8, but earlier episodes in Morocco, in and around Morocco, interacting with the cast and what's going on there. So it's quite possible they saved up some of the scenes for earlier episodes to film in Morocco now. So chances are we're probably going to see either the Aïl Waste, Falme, or different things that they are filming currently in Ouarzazate, Marrakesh, and a few other places in Morocco right now, earlier on than episodes 7 and 8. So I do believe, considering all the evidence we've had, the set pictures that we talked about in my last video, some of the other stuff that's been sent to me, they are definitely filming Falme. That is almost a given, but I don't know what else they're filming. I know there's Sean Chan on set. I know that we've seen certain banners that indicates the Terabin or the Almoth plane. We do know that they're going to showcase probably most of the events of Falme on screen because of who's there filming right now. And the WotSeries.com article did a really good job of listing out all the cast members that have been spotted in Ouarzazate in and around the last month or two. So my guess is we're probably going to see most of the end of the Great Hunt as the season finale for season 2. That isn't to say they're going to intermix a lot of other things. There's been a lot of speculation that Rand's solo journey during season 2 will be what he normally did during The Dragon Reborn, the 3rd book. So we'll get that out of the way. There's been a lot of speculation that we're going to see a lot of the Waste stuff early to set that up so it doesn't have to be explained when they finally get there, maybe in season 3, or perhaps they go to the Waste first. That's also been big speculation that Rand will go to the Waste first and bring the Aïl back down to Falme. But no one really knows because we don't have a whole lot of information about season 2. Now, I suspect in the coming weeks and months, because we do have quite some time to wait before the season drops, we're going to get more leaks and things will become a little bit more clear. And don't worry, I'll be on top of all of them and I'll do videos out for each and every leak and little tidbit that we get 100%. All right. Thank you all very much for sticking with me here to the very end. Here's to many more.